though.
I think there's one named Azura, like not really sure. Maybe. I don't know. He kind of blew up out of nowhere, you know, like just appeared randomly, and he's been doing a really great job.
Their set count is probably even, honestly. If not, ATATA is probably up a set, but it's pretty much neck and neck here. So we're going to see if ATATA is going to be able to channel in that energy and lock in for this Kazuya.
I got really excited seeing the costume switches on Sora, and then it went to Kazuya, and I got really disappointed. I love Sora. But yeah, we're going to be Ness Kazuya, something that ATATA just faced earlier today, but Wildz being in winter semifinals means that, you know, there's something cooking here, and Kazuya nothing to slouch at, getting some early percent, starting off with a few bit of chip, but ATATA answering back with PK fires and getting rid of that double jump too. Wildz stuck getting percent 60.
Yeah, ATATA is stuffing out a lot of these potential approaches from Wildz here, being able to get a couple jabs in, PK fires, but Wildz finally making his approach here, only getting a little bit of damage here, but ATATA going to be safely able to approach as he has a multitude of projectiles and moves that he can just recover with and mess around.
Definitely, but Wildz putting in that effort to kick the child off stage and just keep in the corner. We did see Atata during that Suspect set playing very planking on the ledge against Suspect, because obviously approaching Kazuya is a death sentence, as we can see here with Rage Drive being out. So we'll probably see a lot more of that throughout this set as well.
Yeah, I also want to say that it's probably a new addition I've seen to Atata's gameplay, and when he chooses to against specific characters, nonetheless, Kazuya, as you mentioned as well, against Suspect.
Ooh.
No yo-yo for you! I don't even know what that move
That was a frame off from that F-tilt, killing Atata, and Wildz making first blood in this set here, which if that up smash had been a little bit faster, Atata would have found that kill. It's going to be that yo-yo not quite hitting on the ledge as Wildz continues using this rage to get more and more percent on Atata.
Yeah, as much as the percentages is and the pressure is on Wildz here, it's not gonna look too good, and there it is, the yo-yo finally gonna do the trick. I think that was like the third yo-yo it took for Atata for it to land here. But hey, that's where it matters, and we only got 55%. Not bad.
Yeah, that's been the old reliable for Ness for such a long time here. We see a lot of Ness mains use that yo-yo at ledge to clip those recoveries, especially against Kazuya here. But here we go with a little bit of a frame reset. Not getting anything, but getting a lot of damage, and we're seeing the magnifying glass activating Rage Drive, still not dying.
Yeah, we got the PK Thunder though, chasing Wildz here. No yo-yo either, and here it is.
Wow, fantastic DI. Mom did not finish making dinner yet as Atata barely hangs on. Seeing right here, what's the play? This is what Atata was doing earlier with Suspect, just that patience on the ledge to not overextend against Kazuya, getting an falling up air and finding that second kill that he needed to stay in the lead. Wildz now on his last stock looking to find this kill.
Yeah, we're still in a tough spot though for Atata. 145%. Don't want to be in this space because one wrong move will take the stock here as we see Wildz trying to approach. No edge guard. Still trying to get this last stock, or trying to get the second stock, excuse me.
I know from speaking from Kazuya players, they're always like, you know, when you get camped out and spaced out, it just is not fun for Kazuya. But like, that's what you have to do when you're fighting this character, because if you mash too forward, you're gonna die. And look at this, 80% from one combo. Wildz knows that when he gets these combos, he has to make them work, trying to just do an EWGF and not getting it from ledge raw.
Yeah, all in the blink of an eye, by the way. Like, Kazuya is just one of those characters that really can do so much damage in such little time here, and Atata is still struggling to land anything right now, being pressured into this corner and resorting back to the sides of the stage here.
Yeah, we're seeing Atata trying to answer back a little bit here, getting a little more of a combo, trying to look for a rocket and not getting it, and unfortunately getting punished, but good DI. Once again, dinner is not finished yet.
The pizza rolls are not ready yet.
You got like 5 minutes. When the oven goes off, we'll hear it, but yeah, we're seeing Atata trying to pin on some extra percent, not finding it still. It's just very scary. Both of us are just absolutely sighing because we know it's like one hit away with Kazuya, and Wildz will be getting that first kill, finally finding the up B at about 150.
Yeah, flew a little too close to the sun there. Unfortunate, yeah. It's one of the things you got to be a little aware of when you're trying to land on your opponent, because you know they could fight back with with an anti-air or an up air and such there. But again, Kazuya, that's just kind of how it is. You can't really land on him because he's just gonna punish you for it and then you die.
Exactly. Like Ness is a little bit stubby with the aerials. Besides, I'd say forward air. I mean, he does do the back air a lot when you're at kind of that kill percent area or some up air drag downs.
Yeah.
But being stubby means that, you know, Kazuya can hit you or trade with you, and you can't really disjoint as much. So we'll see how that's going to continue during this set, since ATATA has been using the PK fires to really kind of hit that chip damage versus Wildz here.
Yeah, that was very good shielding there from ATATA. It's a very low shield, however, it still saved him from a lot of percentage he could have gained here, and we're still seeing him trading along with these up airs connecting here. Not gonna land that third one.
Yeah, not quite. Trying to land with a dare, get a little bit risky with it, not getting huge punish at all. But both these players at high percent on these first stocks. It will be Wildz taking stage control here, but getting answered back by ATATA with an up air.
See the Rage Drive on deck here. We'll see if Wildz is able to utilize this, or if ATATA is going to be able to figure this out. I thought we were going to see a PK Rocket. However, the recovery into a back air from Wildz will close out the first stock.
Yeah, not quite. And having that Rage Drive online for the second stock is huge for Wildz if he's able to activate it, getting that 1.1 times damage, trying to go for a raw F smash, not finding it, and losing Rage Drive in the process. It's looking a little dicey for Wildz here if he can find his way back on with a get-up attack, and he's going to make it.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of patience from Wildz there when recovering from stage, not faltering to ATATA's yo-yo attacks that we see so many people falter to. However, the dash attack there will clean it up for ATATA. Still got to toughen it out, though, for these last two stocks.
Yeah, ATATA's been using this double jump as well as the PK Fire to play with momentum and land safely on a platform while showing off a little bit of disjointed pressure. Wildz hasn't been hit by too many, but all it takes is one, especially that attack that almost took out ATATA's stock. Ooh, big down air once again. ATATA having great DI, surviving with such a light character, but Wildz knows that he can find a kill once you get to a high enough percent. The F tilt once again being the option, not quite finding anything.
Yeah, again, ATATA just stuck in this corner here, pressured from Wildz' presence and all of the moves he's throwing out here. Not going to be able to land that up, unfortunately. But again, we're just seeing kind of like a mental battle, even like who's going to get stage, like let me through, please. But
yeah, it really is the corner that has just been ATATA's downfall right now versus Wildz, and Wildz is doing such a great job of just getting that chip damage and pressure going onto ATATA. That down air, back air, not finding a kill, but actually activating Rage Drive, and the forward air will push it to a one stock lead, or one stocks each apart, excuse me, 15% difference.
yeah, that was a much-needed stock there from ATATA, especially the trail that he had going, and especially knowing Kazuya can't, you know, recover from that such distance. Very smart on ATATA's end here, and we're still seeing quite a lead now and a turnaround for ATATA.
Definitely. I mean, this is getting a little bit scary when you're in the corner versus Ness, because you can get PK fired into that downer spike that we see ATATA get a lot. Wildz finding a mark with that and trying to force a quick recovery to stage with that down smash. ATATA has to find his way back on. He's losing a lot of percent here versus Wildz. Another down smash not finding its mark.
Yeah, barely just enough patience from ATATA here, being able to wait out the defensive options from Wildz here. So playing it safe, sticking with the PK fires. Not going to get too close to Kazuya because once again, he's building up that rage, got that Rage Drive. It's pretty much on fire here, and that's going to do it too.
The combo of the Nair spike into the combo.
Is that Gates of Hell or
Gates of Hell, or like the I don't know, the slam, the slam,
know,
the 3-pointer. You know, that's the kind of move that breaks the glass on the back of the basketball hoop during like the movies when it's the hype moment. I've seen Mickey Mouse do that move before, so yeah, this is gonna be 2-0 in Wild's favor. See what ATATA has to answer to stay in on winner's side. Everyone wants that coveted grand spot on the winner's side in the works.
And we still see here as we go back to small battlefield. No really need to change the stage here, as we both see players are mounting to that last stock situation. It's just the closeout factor we're not seeing from ATATA.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate we're seeing here, but I mean, Wildz has just been doing such a great job of letting these openings do the work for him and finding these kills not quite hitting it with that up smash, but still a great job getting all that percent. And it's just, you know, great gameplay we're seeing. Trying to punish a little bit of an aggressive out of shield option from ATATA, not finding it, and instead getting once again slammed and killed for it.
Yeah. Unfortunate if you are a ATATA fan or, you know, from Chicago, but hey, we're still in this. And yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Finally going to get a yo-yo through here. We haven't really seen so many stick through, so it's going to be difficult for ATATA to get a little more creative and figure out the answer here to Wildz Kazuya.
Yeah, definitely. That auto turnaround on the platform is really great for Kazuya covering options, and Wildz has been using that to his advantage. A lot of his combos have been happening on that platform where ATATA really doesn't have ways to escape, but out of options and resources, Wildz could be in trouble here. And he is losing the stock. ATATA with a great edge guard right there, getting exactly what he needs to stay in on this set and now playing the passive game.
Yeah, ATATA optimizing for the side blast zones and distance as well is what's really going to get him through this tough spot here as we see that struggle. But again, ATATA is great at that, creating that distance, getting his opponent off stage here so far that, you know, they can't recover. And that's what the game plan is. So as long as he, you know, gets his opponent off stage, able to edge guard him without really approaching, that's just the name of the game.
You have the option right there with PK Thunder. Unfortunately, going to be losing a stock to that back air, but 113 on the extra credit is huge, especially with the percent, meaning that Rage Drive will probably disappear right here, or even that stock, as ATATA finally finds an answer.
Yeah, the most crucial yo-yo finally peeking through for ATATA, barely hanging into this set, and we got 2-1.
Yes, 2-1, but now Wildz has 2 more games with the counter pick option going to Smashville for the stage choice here out of small battlefield. Less space to work with. ATATA is going to have to play close quarters with this man who wants to beat him up.
And slam him.
Slam him, just like Mickey Mouse.
Over and over again, yeah.
All right, yeah, with the close quarters and the platform not having that opening in the middle, it's going to be a bit weird for ATATA to use the PK Fire like he's been using on small battlefield, but Wildz knows that this stage could help him close out the set and continue on to winners finals. It just depends on if he's able to get close. This is looking really scary. ATATA trying to set up that spike and a yo-yo. This is not a great start for Wildz. And yeah, that's going to be a quick stock. ATATA now taking back the momentum with force.
Yeah, he seems more tuned in now on what the actual plan is. And as I've mentioned, like with the distance and whatnot, really just chasing down Wildz, pressuring him. And even in the air, he seems like he can't really do too much. And we know that ATATA thrives in the air, but unfortunately, not that time around. It's going to be catching ATATA slipping in that up smash off that platform. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, that's what Wildz needed to answer back. He lost that first stock pretty early with not getting a lot of percent. So answering back immediately with a 0 to death nearly of your own is huge. It just, if you want to end this set, not push it to game 5 because tensions are high. Okay, big hits right here, but there's just spikes back and forth from both players. ATATA loves using that dare to try and get some extra percent. Rage Drive is online with a scoop PK Fire forward air. That's going to be a stock.
Yeah, the placements of the PK Fire from ATATA have been so excellent there, and being able to follow up with them is very nice. That we're seeing a lot of connection now. A lot of things are clicking in, and we see the gears turning. So it's a good spot for ATATA right now. But Wildz, again, being able to follow up immediately is what's going to keep him in this game still, and does not let ATATA get to him.
Yeah, just doing that raw at the ledge, punishing a jump, and now Wildz having the lead here, continuing to steal back this momentum for the set win. 80% ATATA just got this start started. It's so scary for him in this corner.
Yeah, not going to be able to really do too much. Wildz creating like this wall almost essentially. Got so many options and option coverage here. He's not able to find the up smash there, but looking to end this last stock off of ATATA as soon as possible. No up B either and no punish.
Yeah, the lack of up B is very weird to me, but I mean 132 up right. I don't know, any little bit can kill ATATA right here. Wildz knows this, and he's going to have to really fight to find this kill, trying to get command grab, not finding it. Wildz pushing in with a back air, and that's going to be it.